Taurus, hi. Welcome to the 2024 readings. So the way this is going to go, we're going to look into each month, and the spread I came up with was, well, it's going to look something like the energy you're in for the whole month, what you're dealing with, how you're dealing with it, and then we'll look into the advice. Which the advice can be just a continuation of the other energies, and then it'll kind of come off of that. There's going to be an angle from above where you can see it either here or here. I haven't decided yet, okay? So you'll see it somewhere on the screen where you can see what's going on here, and then you may have times where there's a full continuation to it, other times where it just stops for a month or two, and then I kind of take notice and I restarted, but I'm not going to redo the whole reading just because this bugger stopped. I just have to continuously look up, and I'm like, I forget. Anyways, just thought I should put a little bit of that in there because I know some of you like to see the cards. And it's a pretty expanded reading. So for this one, for this type, I'm going to be editing a little more. There will be an extended to the readings, which I will be looking into the energy that's dealing with you. And a lot of the times I know we may have the tendency to watch the main video and then focus on one energy in particular in there. And then when we watch the other energy that's at the other end of this, we have the tendency to think it's the same energy. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes you are dealing with a specific energy that I will be reading for you in the original. And then in the extended, it might be that it's somebody else altogether that's dealing with you. So let's say in the reading, it's going to show up as an energy that involves your work, right? It's not even a person, it's the energies around your work. And then in the extended, your mom or your dad or your pet might show up as the energy that ties them up to you and their perspective on things. Sometimes they match in the sense of, yes, it is the same energy in the extended. Sometimes they don't. So keep that in mind. Don't get stuck with, wait a minute, in the reading you said this and this and this, and then in the extended they're behaving like this. That doesn't make sense. No, because it's a different energy. So keep that in mind. Also, try your best to not make this into a little bit of a soap opera kind of a situation. You know, from month to month, for the most part, the overall energy, the bigger energy at play is kind of going to be the same, but sometimes it's going to change in the sense of from January to February to March. You could be dealing with three very different energies that may look like it's the same one. It's not. So don't try to go from episode 1, January, episode 2, February, because sometimes they won't make sense in that way. They don't tie up together in that way. And again, in January, you might be dealing with an energy of work. In February, the energy I'm reading could be that of a spouse, a sister, whatever the case, you know. And they may look very similar where you think it's a continuation, but it may not be. So try to keep it open as much as you can. Also keep in mind that energy is fluid. It can change. It can change from today to tomorrow, let alone from today to a year from now. So, just throwing that out there. So keep open when you watch these. All right, so we covered pretty much everything. I feel like. Oh, roles can be reversed. That's a general rule for the readings. To close off the reading, you will get a oracle card from the Mystical Shaman Oracle. Is it Mystical Shaman? Yes, it is Mystical Shaman. Wait a minute, something about a shaman. And I know this is one of my favorite oracle decks, so yeah, it's that one. Mystical Shaman Oracle, one oracle card that is kind of like the energy for the whole year. So it's not like, oh, I have to get to December to get into those energies. No, it's energies that maybe keep in mind for the whole year. You know, try to remind yourself sometimes of the energies of this oracle card. I believe that's about it. I think we're good to go, so let's go. So let's get started with January. Let's see here. All right, so where you're at energetically, the High Priestess, apparently your intuition is right there, wanting to have a little chat with you. Hopefully you're listening to it, but let's see what you're dealing with, the Queen of Pentacles. Possibly an energy of taking care of yourself a little more. Not really, because how you're dealing with it is the Seven of Swords, so apparently you're not doing that, even though the energy is here of, hey, hello, you know, like, let's get on in this direction of taking care of ourselves. And you're like, I got something else to do, you know, I'm busy later. And in the advice, the Four of Cups, you're turning out to be quite upset that maybe you're realizing, maybe this was the time where I should have put myself first. But let's see what this is about. Let's clarify. Let me do the High Priestess. The Star, the Ace of Cups, the Two of Swords. Okay, so it's kind of like a New Year's resolution that's shown up here. What I want for me, what I truly, truly want from this life is love. And then confusion sets in. It's like, where is it? How do I find it? Where do I start? You know? So there's a whole lot of confusion. The clarity is there of what it is that you want. The how to get it part seems to be a little confusing. Let's do the Queen of Pentacles. For what you're dealing with, the Devil, the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles. It's not about you. You want it to be about you in the sense of kind of creating a little space for you in which there's just you and you. And you keep on going outside of yourself. You keep on reaching out to other energies, which makes it not about you. It makes it about the other energies that you're reaching towards. I'm not sure in what capacity. Maybe you want to help. Maybe you're a friend. Maybe you're... Who knows? Doesn't matter, really. It's just a sense of you're not doing it right. I feel like that's the intention, though. To kind of create that space in which it's going to be about me. Right now, it's going to be about me. And it's not. It's turning out to not be that. Let's do the Seven of Swords. The Queen of Cups, the Four of Wands, the Moon. You're not... You seem to be not emotionally invested in a lot of things at this moment in time. You are energetically giving outside of yourself, but emotionally speaking, it's quite the shutdown, especially in one particular direction where you're giving me a sense of commitment, almost like I'm not open to it. It's fine. I don't know what's going on here, but okay. Let me do the Four of Cups in the advice. The Ten of Wands, the Seven of Cups, the Two of Pentacles. It seems to be quite the hectic month, apparently. It's turning out to be quite an all-over-the-place month. And I do see a lot of energy you're dealing with for this month, where the available energy for you at this time is that of you and only you. And you're looking everywhere but in that direction. You know what I mean? So that's why it's turning out to be quite the hectic month for you, where you're going to feel the heaviness of it. You may feel like, why does it feel like I don't even know what I'm doing anymore, and things like that. And it's because you're going against the available energies. If at any point in time it feels like this should be about me, fuck everything else. You know what I mean? Because you're turning out to be quite upset at the end of it, looking back like, what the hell am I doing? What the hell did I just do? You know? And you could avoid that easily by aligning with the energies that are at play. And the one that jumps out the most is the one of self-care, where it's about you. Moving on to February. Blue? Are you ripping the carpet? Hopefully not. Okay. Where you're at energetically, the Four of Swords. Yes, I know. You need a rest. You need a break. You need some time for you. I got it. You're coming through from the other month with that need. What you're dealing with, the Wheel of Fortune, there is an energy that's changing for sure, because things are calming down. As far as you're concerned, at least, there's definitely a shift at play where it's like, okay, chill. How you're dealing with it, the Two of Wands, pause, rest, chill. You know, it's been calling out for you for the past month. And for the advice, the King of Cups. Kind of just soaking in the vast of nothingness with your heart open, basically. So this is a lot of healing to me. It's a lot of just standing by and taking some time for yourself, some much needed time for yourself here. Okay. Let me do the Four of Swords. The Five of Cups, the Eight of Wands, the Seven of Wands. There's still that tendency to get out of that. There's still that, you know, somebody needs something and it's like, okay, let me answer that call. But you're fighting with everything you got to not answer that call. So there is that tendency, but I don't know if you're taking it or not. It's really going to be up to you. It's almost like a pattern where you decide that you need this time for yourself and you're not necessarily taking it because others may need something, or, you know. So it's like, well, you know, we got to cater to them. Let's do the Wheel of Fortune. The Chariot, the Fool, the Three of Pentacles. There are some changes, some good changes on the horizon here by the looks of it. Especially as far as you're concerned, energetically speaking, you seem to be opening up in a particular direction of one specific partnership. So there seems to be a good change over something here. But it comes through this pause that you're taking, you know, where your perception or your perspective over things changes a little bit. For the Two of Wands, you get the Hangman, the Ace of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah. You're showing up more and more in this energy of wanting to work on things when it comes to especially this partnership. Yeah, it's a matter of just standing still for a little bit to see where you're at energetically with things. Because I feel like this situation may not have been clear for you before you actually took the time with it. And now it's becoming more and more clear of what you want to do about it. And it seems you are opening up to it in the sense of wanting to work on things here. For the advice, for the King of Cups, you get the Eight of Cups, the Seven of Swords, the Page of Pentacles. You're also learning a lot how to disconnect, you know, because you don't have to be open to everything all the time. Sometimes you need that time for yourself. So to disconnect from energies outside of yourself. Blue! What's going on? Blue? I love this dog. He's sitting his ass down the second time I called his name. He's looking at me as if, okay, I'll stop. Whatever. I'll find something else to chew on. That's Mama's boy for sure. So what this is teaching you is for sure what's important to you and what you want to put your energy into, but also how to disconnect from energies that keep on pulling on you. When maybe you don't have the availability, but you're still giving to those, you know, for some reason. So, interesting. Through this break, through this pause you're giving yourself, you're definitely learning a thing or two. So that's good. That's it. Let's go to March. All right, where you're at energetically, the Six of Pentacles. You're in this energy of sharing with people next to you that are willing to share as well. Pretty open energy into giving energy outside of yourself. What you're dealing with, the Ace of Pentacles, possibly a brand new beginning in a particular direction. How you're dealing with the Nine of Pentacles, you're pretty confident in this, so whatever it is you're either starting or whatever is changing as to looking new, you're pretty confident with it. And for the advice, the Seven of Cups, keep your options open. By the looks of it, there's that need to keep your options open. Eyes, options, whatever you got, keep it open. Let's do the Six of Pentacles. The Seven of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands. So while this energy is available, oh man, it feels like it's an energy that's coming from you in the sense of going in a particular direction, right? And you have this energy open towards sharing, left, right, whatever. But that direction is like, no, don't go there. You know, energy, don't go there. God forbid you go there, but it's still going. So I don't know where it's going by itself here, but I like how you react to it. And it's not necessarily healthy for you in terms of rejecting how you feel and how the energies are flowing. If they want to go in a particular direction, there's a reason for it, you know, and you're like, no. Yeah. Blue. Blue. Hold on. Bloopty bloop. Why we bark? Hello? Are we done? No, we're not. Are we done now? Because I felt that bark being like a, kind of like a closing off of it. But you're still paying attention to something, so maybe not. Okay. All right. So yeah, you look a little restrictive in a particular direction. You're like, nope, I don't want to go there. Well, your energy is though, so not sure for what. I don't know. Let's see the Ace of Pentacles here. The Ten of Swords, the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles. Oh, that's why. Well, we're dealing with the situation that at some point ended, and it wants to come back to life. That's why you're like, nope, not that way. But it's within you too that it wants to come back to life. So it's not only from the other side of the fence here. Let's do the Nine of Pentacles. The Judgment card, the Seven of Swords, the Page of Wands. You, physically speaking, you're like, no. I'm not, no. It's a no. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by. Keep on walking. Maybe next time. Maybe. Cats are going crazy. Is it that time of the night where I need to take a little bit of a break and then we'll resume? For the Seven of Cups, you get the Ace of Swords, the King of Pentacles, the Six of Cups. I mean, you are shown up clearly as wanting to give in a particular direction. But as far as this direction goes, it's kind of coming in to tap you on the shoulder and you're saying no to it. As far as keeping your options open, okay, you are looking like you're very determined to give this way. Where you're being called this way and you're saying no to that. But you're keeping yourself open to this. If it feels healthy, by all means go with it. However, take into consideration that something within you is calling you in this direction as well. Might as well check out what it is, you know. I don't see anything wrong with it in the sense of unhealthy or anything, so there could be something to it as much as you're like, no. And I don't see your justification to the no, because energetically speaking, you're saying yes. So I'm not sure why your mind is kind of wiring you up to say no to this, but there's got to be a reason. But there's got to be a reason also for this energy to call out to you as well. So maybe pay attention to it a little deeper instead of just kind of having that instant reaction of just rejecting it, you know? So that's it. Let's go to April. Too many. All right, where you're at energetically, the Page of Cups. So you're trying to keep yourself open as much as possible. Ooh, it's going to be tough. What you're dealing with, the Three of Wands, maybe having to be patient about a situation. How you're dealing with it, the Devil, not in the greatest way, which we don't know what that means yet, but it's not looking great. And for the advice, the Five of Cups. Some energies of the past are coming back in. So either some patterns are coming into play, some unhealthy patterns, or something that's not looking the best. But let's clarify. Let's see what's up. Let me do the Page of Cups. For the Page of Cups, you get the Seven of Swords, the Page of Wands, the Ace of Wands. This almost looks like a little kid that you say to them, you can't have candies. And they're like, oh yeah, I can't. And they have a stash of who knows what that is beyond candies hidden somewhere. And then they're like, okay, I won't have candies then. And then they go and shove their face with whatever they got going on. So it almost looks a little bit like that, where there's an energy here that is shown up as, hey, maybe try to stay open to a particular situation, try to come from a good place when it comes to this one. And you're like, I shall not. I'll do whatever the hell I want, whenever I want it. Okay. Let's do the Three of Wands. The Five of Pentacles, the King of Cups, the Two of Pentacles. You haven't connected to your heart in a while here, and you're kind of realizing that, and there's a whole bunch of fear in the way of that, which is telling me that because fear is there, you're not connecting to your heart, which is telling me you're functioning from your fear rather than from your heart. And it all starts to become very confusing very fast for you, in the sense of feeling like you're lost a little bit. Let's do the Devil. The World card, the Five of Wands, the Temperance card. This is you arguing with yourself. Yes, I've been closed. So what? I don't want to stay open from my heart. I don't. What good does that do me? And then coming in, you know, not even a minute later and being like, you know, but I think that's the best way for me, though. Like to kind of open up my heart, to see what's in there, to be truthful to whatever's in there. And then, no, what's wrong with me? No, I shouldn't do that. So there's a lot of that going on. You're definitely making a little bit of a progress from a place of completely lying to yourself, that your heart is open, that you are listening to your heart fully, possibly at some point realizing, no, that's a bunch of crap. You're just telling yourself to make yourself feel better, but ultimately you don't feel better because you know that's not the truth. So that cycle looks to be closed. But now you're in this place of arguing with yourself. No, I should. No, I shouldn't. I should. I shouldn't. I should. I shouldn't. You know? So, okay, that tells me there's a little bit of acknowledgement on your part and not so much lying to yourself here. Let me do the Five of Cups. You get the Sun, the Five of Cups, the Fool. So this month is a little bit of a roller coaster that you're going to experience as something similar to you fighting with yourself over and over again. About this aspect of your heart wanting to open up and you saying, what are you talking about? I've always had it open. And then you realizing, oh, wait, no, I didn't. And then you kind of approaching the situation from a place of I should, and then no, I shouldn't, but I should, but I shouldn't, but I should, but I shouldn't. So there's a whole lot of that going on. In terms of the advice for this energy, Just be gentle with yourself. I feel like you're going through a process where your heart is trying to open up. So this is quite normal to see this kind of a thing. And pay attention to what you're telling yourself through this process, you know? A lot of the times we lie to ourselves a lot, especially when it comes to that particular subject of our heart. So you're also taking a lot from the past in the sense of, well, I did open up my heart and I got hurt, which, you know, aren't we over that? The present is the present. It has nothing to do with the past. You want to recreate the past, you'll keep on saying that to yourself, and it's going to recreate the past. You know, so I don't know. So yeah, interesting, but that's it. Let's go to May. All right, where you're at energetically, the Judgment card, decision time could be coming into play for you when it comes to a particular soul connection that shows up in what you're dealing with, how you're dealing with it, the Tower. It looks a little shaky. It doesn't look pleasant. Whatever's going on here, it looks a little... Ugh. At the end of the day, in the advice, the Queen of Cups shows up, so it feels like whatever happens here, you're still kind of trying to show up from a very loving place. Within the situation. So, okay. Let's clarify. Let me clarify the Judgment card. The Justice card, the Hierophant, the Seven of Wands. You're not giving me much here. You're just saying that this is a very important connection to you, but for right now, no. That's kind of what you're giving to me here. And it's like, what do you mean? But let's dig in a little deeper into these other energies. Let me do the Six of Cups. The Eight of Cups, the Knight of Wands, the World card. I'm not sure if this is a temporary kind of a stay back kind of an energy, because you are carrying a lot of that towards this connection. In terms of maybe you want to create some space. Maybe it's not a temporary, maybe it's not a final cutoff, because I'm not getting it necessarily in that way, but I do get a sense of you want that distance being placed here between you and whoever this is. So emotionally it is happening because you are showing up as disconnected from it, but at the same time I feel like the physical aspect of it needs to be almost like a boundary being set or something, you know, and a pretty big one in the sense of they have to get it, like they need to stay away for now, you know. Let's do the Tower, the Nine of Wands, the Seven of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, it's coming through as a big-ass boundary on your part of there needs to be distance here. The Tower being there, it might show up or it might reflect in the reality as ugly, maybe, in the way it's going to be put out there. Kinda. You know, whatever it is, it's not easy. But it might show up a little like, what's going on here, you know? This doesn't look pretty at all. So I'm not sure what is happening. Whereas your intention feels pretty good about the situation, but there's definitely an arm length kind of a decision being put into place here, like stay right there. For your advice, the Queen of Cups, the Four of Wands, the King of Cups, the Three of Cups. So possibly trying to focus on what's important to you. You are showing me a commitment. You are showing me love attached to that. So it could be that whatever this is, maybe is getting too close to you and you can't focus on what's important. And it could be that, and this doesn't have to be one situation. It could be that, you know, you're kind of doing that to multiple energies so that you can have the space and time to give to this, to the thing or things that are important to you. So it could be a month of creating boundaries here. Pretty powerful ones at that. And some of them might look ugly in the way they're coming through, but it is what it is. So that's it. All right, moving on to June. Where you're at energetically, the Four of Wands. You're showing me the energy of commitment, possibly marriage. What you're dealing with, the Death card. This is the energy of loss, possibly. How you're dealing with it, the Page of Wands. You kind of have an attitude of bring it on, which is quite funny, especially looking at something like this. But okay, for the advice, the Seven of Pentacles. I'm not sure if this is keeping yourself busy or you're actually actively working on something that's meaningful to you. But let's clarify. Let's see. Let me do the Four of Wands. The Three of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands, the Three of Wands. You're taking a break from something here. And again, it's showing up in the sense and form of a commitment, which could even be to a really close person to you, a really close friend, or even a family situation. But you're giving me a sense of keeping someone at a distance for now. So very similar to where you left things off in the previous month. Let's do the Death card. The Five of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, the Ten of Cups. You're kind of losing hope on something here. You're kind of putting something on a bed of loss, an energy of this is never going to recover kind of a deal. And I don't know why, but it looks pretty deceptive because it almost feels like you know that's not true, but you're still telling yourself that. Like you locked something up big time behind some bars that you pretend you can't find the key, but you know exactly where the key is, kind of a thing. So I don't know what this energy is, but it's coming through for you to look at, and you still are pretending you can't find the keys. For the Page of Wands, you get the Queen of Wands, the Six of Wands, the Four of Cups. It's something that even though in the physical it may very well be gone or dead and buried, it's still very meaningful to you. You just don't want to accept that, and you're quite upset that it is meaningful to you. You're showing, yeah, I still care for it, so what? So, you know, okay. Okay, so it's not dead and buried. It is, but it's not. So you do know where the key is. You just don't want to go and take it out, you know? Okay. For the Seven of Pentacles, you get the Magician, the Two of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles. I get the sense that you're starting to slowly but surely, especially towards the end of the month, shift more towards focusing on your work or a project you may have in mind, something that has to do with your sense of stability here. You are showing up a little confused in that direction of, I kind of have it figured out, but I don't know exactly if it's going to play out in the way that I planned it out. So, okay, you know, we'll go with it, but there's still a little, you know, unknown energy at play, which, okay. All right, well, that's it. Let's do July. Where you're at energetically, the Three of Wands, maybe on hold, maybe having to wait for something here. What you're dealing with, the Seven of Cups. Yeah, you're kind of sorting through something here, sorting through options, sorting through choices. So it's almost looking like the calm before the storm kind of a thing, where you're looking into things before you act. You know what I mean? How you're dealing with it, the Knight of Cups. following your heart as much as you can, pursuing these choices you may need to make and sorting through things, kind of staying in touch with your heart there. And for the advice, the Two of Wands, be patient with this process. It is a process where it looks like not much is happening because you're kind of sorting through things. So as that is happening, nothing is really moving. So try to be patient. You are not going to be here for long by the looks of it. Let me do the Three of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, the Justice card, the Four of Wands. You're showing me the energy of commitment and trying to keep it balanced. So maybe that's what you're looking into, like ways in which to do that. It is looking good in your intention here. Let's do the Seven of Cups. The Six of Cups, the Knight of Swords, the Eight of Wands. Yeah, dealing with a particular soul connection, and it feels like the flow between you and whoever this is feels right, feels organic, feels like, okay, things are going fine here, you know. Okay, let's do the Knight of Cups, the Six of Pentacles, the Four of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles. Everything looks great here. You know, where, again, it may feel like not a lot is happening, but the energies that are at play seem to be quite in flow, quite not disrupted by anything at this point in time, especially when it comes to this particular soul connection that you're dealing with, you know. So, okay, feels quite good. For the Two of Wands, you get the Five of Wands, the Four of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles. Maybe you're realizing that there's a particular energy that you're unable to let go of. Maybe it's you, maybe it's them. One of you seems to be having a very hard time letting something go. For the most part, everything is running smooth. This energy sometimes kind of jumps in the way of things, which is disrupting the flow. It's not jumping in this month, so if this is on your side, you're definitely making the effort to not allow for this energy to come through and disrupt the flow. Because you are having the intention to kind of drop it, to kind of be like, okay, I need to work with this so that it's out of the way completely. So maybe you're trying things out within this particular situation from the perspective of whatever I'm hanging on to, I'm working on letting go, so that we can have something brand new here. And it feels that way. So whatever you're doing, it feels like you're succeeding here, you know, with this energy that you kept on hanging on for so long. That just disrupted the flow here. So that's it. All right, let's go to August. Oh, my two boys. These two Aries of the house. They got quite a special bond, these two. It's a love and hate kind of a situation where even when they're playing, they look to be a little rough at times, like Kai punches him in the head all the time, and he's not letting go. He's like, but like in the air, he's not biting him or anything. And then when they're really soft, the both of them kind of sleepy, they just sleep with their heads on one another. Kai's grooming him. Blue is kind of like, so they're pretty sweet. They're a lot. Anyways, let's see for August what you got. Where you're at energetically, the Eight of Cups, emotionally disconnected here quite a bit. What you're dealing with, the King of Swords. That's an energy of trying to be in control of something. How you're dealing with it, the Page of Pentacles, you are noticing it, so that's a good sign. Because a lot of the times when we're scared of something, we tend to instantly disconnect from our emotions and try to take charge, try to be in control. And a lot of the times we don't realize that that's what's happening, but apparently you do here. For the advice, the Devil. This is not the greatest energy for you, and you know that. It's not the healthiest one. Because first you start with, I'm not in control. I'm you know, I just want to know what's what. Exactly. And then it turns into, okay, I'm in charge here. Bitches, I got you all. I'll set you straight, all of you, you know. Where hopefully it doesn't go that far for you, but what is that? There's like a bug or something. I'm not used to seeing bugs in December because it's been so warm lately that it's like there's stuff going on. I took Blue to the vet today and the lady said fleas and ticks are out, and I'm like, how? She's like, it's above 40, and I'm like, yes it is, but like how? Anyways, he's taking pills for that. But let's see. 8 of Cups, Queen of Cups, the World card, the 7 of Cups. You're kind of giving me a sense of, you know, I don't need my emotions right now. I need to be practical about things because I feel like I'm stepping into the beginning of a brand new cycle, and I need to kind of get my antennas out. I need to be cautious. I need to be, and I'm like, why? What did your heart do to you that you're not welcoming it into this new cycle? Or first you gotta kind of clear the surroundings and then, heart, it's safe, come on in. How does that work? You know, so your justification is that first you need to deal with this brand new beginning of a cycle where you need to see what's what and clarify things from a very logical perspective before you can open back up again. Or I'm not sure I understand this justification, but that's how you're giving it to me. Almost like there's no time for emotions right now because we need to get our shit together, okay? We need to be in charge. We need to be in control. For the King of Swords, you get the King of Cups, the Emperor, the Page of Wands. You do look like you do want to bring your heart in for the ride. You do want to keep it balanced between the mind and the heart. But that Emperor is a little pushy into the mind, a little like sharp, you know? You're not looking that bad as passing into the controlling energy like too forcefully. You're kind of at the beginning of it. So you're not in the danger zone here necessarily. But you are having the tendency to disconnect from your heart at this time. So keep an eye on that. Let's do the Page of Pentacles. There is a nice blend with that Page of Wands there though. For the Page of Pentacles, you get the 2 of Wands, the 4 of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like you've been looking into this aspect of self for quite a while, especially when it comes to you jumping into wanting to take control, wanting to be in control of things. I feel like you've been observing this aspect of yourself for quite a while, which is quite interesting because there's a lot of healing going on in the background of that. So, okay, I like that. Let's do the Devil. For the advice, the 2 of Swords, the 3 of Wands, the 10 of Cups. But when you do fall into an energy of practicality, and I'm not going to go into the controlling one because you're not there yet. Because you're observing it and you're working with it, you're not there, and I'm not sure that you'll allow yourself to go there. You know, you're stepping into it, but you're not fully embodying it. So you're still keeping a little sense of your heart at play too. But because the mind is more predominant at this time, it could take over and it could start complicating things when it's about simple things of feeling happiness, feeling joy, feeling fulfillment. When it comes to the smallest little things around you, I feel like you have the tendency to complicate them when you're in this energy of you think you're in balance between the mind and the heart. But actually, the mind is kind of taken over because the mind has a tendency to complicate things, you know, instead of enjoying the little things. So the point is to this one to, as much as you can throughout the month, to try to observe little things and try to enjoy them and feel into them to practice that heart coming into play a little more, because you do have the tendency for this month to push it away, even if you're not realizing it necessarily. So try to stay tuned as much as you can, and try not to complicate, especially, again, if you're dealing with major stuff, detach yourself from that, go outside in nature, watch a butterfly or a bird or even a bug, and find that enjoyment, that sense of, oh, you know, that keeps you in the moment with it. So, okay. All right, let's do September. Oops, oopsie doopsie doops. The King of Swords for where you're at energetically. Okay, remember the energies you are coming from, those of practicality, but not really being in control, because you're kind of watching yourself there to not go too deep in those energies of, we got to be logical, we got to function from the mind. You're actually stepping quite deeper into those energies. So, okay, what you're dealing with, the Eight of Cups. Emotional disconnection. How you're dealing with it, the Empress. You're trying not to be emotionally disconnected, but you already are. And for the advice, the Seven of Pentacles, I'm working on it. So you went a little too far in that energy of let's be practical for a minute here. And let's keep it balanced with the heart open. You kind of lost the aspect of heart along the way. And I feel like you're completely realizing that and trying to bring that back in a sense of balance at least. Okay. Oh. Wow. That felt like a sharp something through my heart. Speaking of the heart being open, it's like, what the fuck? I don't think it had to do with the reading. It's not something. I don't think it's something physically affecting me. I don't think. I don't know. If you don't hear from me in a couple of days, then maybe. But it felt more like this in the reading. For the King of Swords, you get the Four of Cups, the Ten of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles. You don't like this energy either. I kind of feel like you functioned under this energy of taking charge and taking control and being in control for a very long time in your life, to the point of starting to catch it and really not liking to function under it like all the time anymore. So it's becoming very difficult to be this way, basically, to be in control all the time, because it's like you're not in control. Nobody is, never. It's a false sense of control. It's creating an illusion that we are under control, this whole energy, and it's kind of lying to yourself, you know. So it's like, it's a lot to deal with when you think, oh, I'm in control, and then you see the whole world crumbling in front of you, and it's like, you have no control over that. How are you going to control that? You're not, you know. So you are working a lot with this energy throughout the year, from what I noticed, you know, of because it showed up subtly here and there, but it's kind of the theme for the year for you, because you're showing me I've been working on it. So it's not something you just started. It's something you may have noticed a while ago about yourself, the need to be in control all the time, and you keep on working on it. For the past 2 months here that you've shown me, it's a more intense work on things, because you are leaning more and more in the direction of let me be in control, which keeps you disconnected from what's important, from your heart, you know. So, okay. For the Eight of Cups, you get the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Wands, the Hierophant. There's a lot of energy moving from your heart, but because you're not connected to it, you're not moving with it. You know that there's something moving in there. You know that your heart wants to move in a particular direction, but because there's that sense of disconnection to it, it's like, I don't know where to move. I don't know what to do, you know? And it does want to move in a particular direction. And you are giving to me a sense of a very deep connection to yourself at this point. in that movement. For the Empress, you get the Seven of Cups, the Four of Pentacles, the Five of Cups. You're having a really hard time letting go of something. An energy of moving on shows up, really strong, tied up to a particular person of importance to you, but you're shutting that down with the sense of, but I'm not able to let go of the past, so that doesn't allow me to move on. Even though this energy is very strong of moving on here. So, okay. Let me do the Seven of Pentacles. The Page of Wands, the Fool, the Chariot. The energies are strong in a particular direction here for you. And to some extent you're feeling them, but you're not fully embodying them because you're not fully connected to your heart. And that's where you're showing me I'm really focusing intently to work on that aspect of myself, to open up so that I can fully embody the energies that are at play. So your intention is pretty great. What you're doing about it, it's kind of like a constant energy of healing over it, so keep on doing it. There's no magic solution to this. It's just continuous work until you get there. Because I feel like as long as you have your intention set, you should be able to get there eventually, you know? So, okay, keep on doing what you're doing here. That's it. All right, October. For October, where you're at energetically, the Hermit, really deeply inside yourself there. There's an energy of healing that's showing up quite strong for you. What you're dealing with, a very important connection to you. How you're dealing with it, the Page of Swords, you're not doing a lot, but you are doing something. I feel like energetically there's more to it than physically. And for the advice, the Ten of Swords, there's a sense of defeat, almost feeling like there's not much I can do. So let's see what's going on here. Let me do the Hermit. The Five of Pentacles, the Hangman, the Page of Cups. Yeah, you do feel a sense of separation here from this, where it does feel like there's not much you can do because it's like they're not here. So, you know, but energetically, there's stuff moving. There's love moving for sure within your energies put together. But in the physical, it's almost like numbness. Let's do the Lovers. The Seven of Swords, the Three of Swords, the Emperor. You've been neglecting this for quite a while. And the more you neglected it, the more pain you felt over this connection, but you didn't realize that. So it's kind of like you accumulated some sort of a pain over this connection, over the neglecting of this connection, and you didn't even realize that. And I feel like it's being brought to your attention. You know, so if there was a sense of loss over it, you passed it. You're like, I don't need to grieve this. I don't need to give this any time of my day. I'm good. But the more you did that, you've accumulated this mountain of pain, basically. And again, I kind of get the sense that you're realizing that at this time. Let's do the Page of Swords. You get the Queen of Pentacles, the Six of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune. All right. A lot of your neglect towards this connection, which, by the way, is a pretty major part of yourself, has been put on the fact that I was just trying to look out for myself. Go back to that, rewind and listen to that again. Because I just said, you are part of this connection. This connection is part of you. So how are you trying to kind of take care of yourself here when a major part of you was being neglected by you? That's your justification to not paying attention to this. So it's quite ironic how that works. You're spinning into a little bit of a circle here. And I get the sense you're starting to realize all of these things, you know. For the 10 of Swords in the advice, you get the 5 of Wands, the 9 of Wands, the Justice card. All of this time you were fighting, you thought you were fighting against this connection or against this person, and you were fighting against yourself. And it's time to stop fighting. You're deciding it's time to stop fighting. So, big aha moments month. Take it. Run with it. It feels like you are. Stop fighting with yourself here. And you're trying to. Cool. There's a lot of healing in this month. So, okay. All right. Let's move to November. Ooh, where you're at energetically, the Tower. It could just be a lot of revelations, a lot of aha moments, or a big one here that's showing up. What you're dealing with, the Judgment card. You're kind of possibly facing some decision-making time here. How you're dealing with the 6 of Cups. There is a soul connection involved here, and for the potential outcome, the 10 of Cups. That's happiness for everybody involved. Okay. Let's clarify. Let me do the Tower. The 9 of Wands, the 5 of Wands, the Justice card. It's interesting because you're kind of showing me the same energy you left off in the previous month of you fighting with yourself. I think that was the month, right? The one before, if I'm not mistaken. I think so. So you're getting to a conclusion here. You're getting somewhere. You're not fighting with yourself over and over and over again without getting any place, basically. You're definitely getting someplace here. And it's a place of balance. So that tells me the fighting with yourself or against yourself is starting to fade down to the point of you're done. You're done with fighting. You know, against what you feel, against who you are, against all of that. Okay, that's cool. Let's see the Judgment card. The 3 of Swords, the 7 of Wands, the Knight of Cups. If you're starting to align more and more with who you are and what you truly desire, a lot of stuff is going to go from your life. A lot of stuff is going to come in, but a lot of stuff is going to go. And you're kind of stepping into that recognition of that. And it's painful to realize that, oh, hold on, I kept this in my life. Why? Oh, I was busy fighting with myself and I was rejecting myself for who I truly am and what I truly want. Now I know that, and this doesn't match with me, so it needs to go. Painful? Yes. Not pretty at all. Because you do care about those people or energies that are there. They were there for quite a while, you know, until you figure things out here with yourself. So you might be facing a little period of time of cleanup throughout your life, and it might be painful at times, but you are doing it from a place of love still, you know, or trying to at least. For the 6 of Cups, you get the 8 of Cups, the 2 of Pentacles, the King of Swords. Yeah, there are situations that you're realizing do not resonate with you. You know, you're kind of looking at around you or in your life and you're like, why is this here? What's happening here? Why is this here? Why have I kept this here? Like it just doesn't know. So it's just a matter of, yes, you're realizing that these things or situations or people do not resonate with you, but now it's a matter of, what do I do? How do I deal with this? Because I kept it going for so long. How do I just cut it? I can't just cut it. And probably not. You'll figure out a way, I'm sure. You know, but you are looking quite confused in how to deal with it. I love seeing this energy. It feels like it's a painful kind of aha moment, because you are realizing that, okay, some energies need to step out. But at the same time, it's so freaking fulfilling for you to stop fighting against who you are and what you truly desire for yourself. For the 10 of Cups, you get the Queen of Swords, the 7 of Swords, the Tower. It's not going to be pretty. This restructuring period of time, it's not going to be pretty. Some people are not going to like it. Some energies you're trying to cut out, they're not going to go out without a fight. Just so you know. It's not going to be pretty at all. But I still see you cleaning up here. So it's going to be a pretty filled with commotion kind of a month. And not the best kind necessarily. But it's needed, especially because you're stepping into this energy of finding yourself, finally. You know, and aligning truly with what you need, who you are, what you want, things like that. So it's usually chaotic when that happens, because it's like, what? It's like waking up from a dream. And it's like, oh, hold on, this is reality. Hold on, you know? So, okay. All right, let's wrap it up with December. Oops. Oopsie doopsie doops. Okay, where you're at energetically, the 3 of Cups. This is an energy of wanting to come together, especially from the energy of love in a particular situation possibly, or just feeling this energy deep down within yourself. What you're dealing with, the Page of Wands, a sense of curiosity, so you're opening up to something here. How you're dealing with it, the 7 of Swords, you're kind of like, I don't want to hear it. But it's yours, it's your energy. I know, but I don't want to hear it. So you're starting to kind of go against what you're feeling again for a little bit, because this sense of practicality is trying to come back in, because there's something revealed here emotionally, and you're kind of scared of it. I'm assuming that's why you're bringing this sense of, okay, let's try to be in control. But let's see how that work you've done on the sense of being in control is paying off here. So let's clarify. Let's do the 3 of Cups. The 5 of Swords, the Hermit, the 2 of Cups. So deep, deep, deep down within yourself, you're feeling this calling towards love, you know? But you're giving me a sense of deception over it. So again, probably your mind is trying to step in and tell you what to do about it, when in all reality, what you feel deep down is just this flow of love between your energy and another. And then if your mind steps in and tells you no, then you're at war again with yourself. And it took you quite a minute there to stop fighting with yourself, but apparently you're being challenged again in that department. Let's do the Page of Wands, the 10 of Swords, the 10 of Pentacles, the Hangman. You're still kind of picking yourself up. Remember, last month was a month of cleaning up for you. So some energies might have fallen out, some you might have pushed out. Some are still here, but you're working with them to go. Who knows? So you're still kind of in a restructuring mode. So it makes sense that even though you feel inside this deep calling to love, you may be like, I'm busy right now. You know, I'm kind of dealing with a lot. So you are keeping yourself open to this to some extent, but not fully, because you are busy in the physical, you know, with energies. So you're kind of putting things on hold when it comes to that calling inside of you that speaks to love. Let's do the 7 of Swords, the 5 of Cups, the Chariot, the 3 of Swords. You may be busy, but at the same time, you're rejecting the calling of your higher self, of you aligning with yourself fully. So you're feeling that too. So you're kind of adding to whatever you're dealing with, as heavy as it is, as hard as it is. By not answering the calling that comes from inside of you, you're adding to that pain and to that heaviness. Because it's quite painful to not respond to that, especially when you found yourself, truly, you know? So it's almost like yesterday you aligned with yourself fully. Today you're getting the call, but you're not answering because you're like, I'm busy. So it's kind of almost stepping into old patterns of not aligning with yourself fully. And they do overlap, this sense of cleaning up for you in your life, and then this calling that you feel from the inside. So it could feel like it's overwhelming, like it's too much. I won't be able to answer the call because I don't have the space for it. And while that might be true, some energies are going out. So you are creating the space as you speak, you know? I don't know. For the Queen of Swords, you get the Two of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles. You're kind of deciding to focus first on the physical, on the cleaning up part, to finish up with that completely before you open up to the new energy that is involving this call. It looks quite confusing at the end for you that you're deciding to do that because, as I said, you could probably do both, but because your mind is coming in and telling you, hey, no, we got to make a plan and we got to stick to the plan. So old patterns are trying to come in and tell you how to do things, even if that means going against yourself, which you just opened up to fully aligning with yourself. So that's why it's going to look a little bit confusing. So there's two energies that are overlapping here. You cleaning up in the physical, the call in the energetical towards love is definitely there too. So again, if you kind of get to look at this from the perspective of, as some things are going out, I just made some room to open up to this. So slowly but surely I could open up to this to let it in while others are going out. And the more of this is going out, the more this is going to come in. So you could look at it from that perspective, but at the same time, I see you looking at it from, no, one thing at a time. But that looks confusing. So I don't know. It's really up to you and how you want to deal with this at the end of it all. But there's quite the progress being made on your side. You know, you might complicate things with, there needs to be order to things, and you might leave a lot of room for old patterns to come into play of the mind has to take over and create plans and all sorts of things, instead of just kind of, half of you can have that plan for things, but half of you could be going with the flow a little bit and listening to the call from the inside. But it's really going to be up to you. So that's it. All right, let's do the Mystical Shaman Oracle for you to keep in mind as energy for the whole year. Keep that in mind too. A hanging cat. You get the Wind, number 63. Okay. The essence, the symbol of the wind, represents the element of air. It rules communication, thought, song, and inspired ideas. It also signifies change with qualities both positive and negative. The wind blows from each of the four directions, and there are different qualities bestowed by each. The south, carrying a new sense of trust, helping you gently begin to discard habits and parts of you that are no longer needed. The west, calling you to more introspection, to a willingness to make final decisions, to let go of attachment and ego desires. The north, moving to bring you wisdom and strength. The east, carrying clarity of vision and purpose. Whichever way the wind is blowing for you, the message which the wind whispers or shouts is a challenge. It may take courage at first to turn and face the wind, but you will find exultation in moving toward it and receiving its lessons. The invitation, when the spirit of the wind comes calling, it's a sign of change. Perhaps you need to change your mind about something. Perhaps an old way of doing things has become automatic, and now you've gained greater clarity. You can make a new choice. Regardless of what the change is, you can expect to be understood and to have clear communication with others at this time. Ideas are solid, and the shift that is being called for is in the highest good of all. Cool. That's what I have for you. Hope this helped, and I'll see you next time. Bye.